Fashion with the Made in Kazakhstan label. The leading and aspiring Kazakh fashion industry designers. Fashion Week reviews, the latest trends, and pointers from the stylists. All your news from the world of fashion and beauty on Fashion Guide.
Pleasant discoveries and a real fest of intriguing stories. Such was the opinion of international fashion connoisseurs about 5 Kazakhstani designers. Ayka Alimi, JK, Fariza Sultan, Nailia, and Zibru Design presented successfully their collections at the international show White Milano. This is an important event for stylists, designers, and novice professionals from the whole world because 20,000 buyers visited. This is a prestigious platform for all international companies. Back in Almaty, Kazakhstani participants shared their impressions. First of all, it is a great result that the 4 brands have been invited by White Milan. Secondly, participating for the first time, we received orders, and all our participants received orders from foreign buyers. Ayajan Jaksibay, the founder of Ayka Alimi brand, was the initiator of this trip. Firstly, she sent an application, and then took in her own hands the selection of 4 other participants. In order to be in the National Pavilion, new talents from Kazakhstan, the designers had been developing for 6 months the collections according to the international standards. The process included all stages, starting from an idea and conceptualization to production of samples, pricing, marketing, and sales. Firstly, there should be something in them, which, as I know, will be in demand abroad. I speak of the market. Because I take the responsibility to tell them, you will be sold abroad. I will be preparing you for this. At first, I see if there will be any demand for them in the foreign markets. Secondly, a brand or designer should have serious ambitions plans. If a designer is serious about his work, this is also the factor. One of those who had met all eligibility criteria was the GK brand designer Gulnara Kasim. The designer brought to the show the collection named The Element of the Kazakh Steppe. Combination of romantic and strict classic trends are the images of the brand. Dresses, blouses, coats, and cardigans personify a woman who inspires with her love and harmony. The palette, which includes the shades from dark blue and colors of Alatau meadows to the mint and sand and camel colors, emphasizes the ethnic character of the collection. The Europeans like beige colors, such as camel colors, that I'm wearing now. The camel and green colors are wealth of our steppes. The national character is typical also for the collection of Fariza Sultan. The designer offers wearing knitted cardigans, sweaters, hoodies, and pullovers with ornaments. Her collection is like an explosion of color combinations and unusual patterns. Thus, the designer adds to the neo-ethnic chic style to her works. In addition to patchwork and kurak korpe techniques, Fariza uses the method of machine knitting. This one, for example, is a very complicated machine knitting. We had mastered it in a very short time and presented it at the show. As for the cardigans, we had modified them a little. In terms of the European sizes, we had to change the color. The collection by Zibru Design was a real discovery for the show. The brand, known for its work for the Kazakhstan Olympic team, presented a ready-to-wear line for the first time. The brand designers had managed to combine the strict standards of winter sportswear with the latest trends in the fashion industry. We used a little some modern tendencies such as metallic, golden, silvery colors, and of course the standard black color. That is, the basic shades that are widely used, and also a separate camouflage line. This is camouflage patterns. We made them on woolen cloth, camouflage cloaks and caps, which is in fashion now. The Nailia brand also caused the general admiration. The fur clothes were made of quilting, the famous technique of Kazakh people. Everything was made of mink, fox, karakul, and as well as sheepskin. Handiwork, vintage, combinations of fur and leather favorably identified the collection at White Milano. People are tired of the fur being too bulky and heavy. Today we want to be fashionable, always in motion, And everything should be, even for clothes, no matter how unique they are, no matter how unpractical they are. Anyway, they should be adjusted to the current fashion.
Непрактично все равно подбивать все это под нынешнюю моду.
Creations of the Kazakhstan designers was highly appreciated by international buyers and representatives of the fashion industry. Numerous orders from Italy, Belgium, Germany, and Japan, Hong Kong, and Greece confirm this. Watches are one of the men's accessories, and it is something more than just a chronometer. Despite the tradition and fidelity to the classics, the watch manufacturing has its own trends. The modern models range from affordable options and end with expensive works of art. One of the main tendencies this year is chronometers dedicated to Kazakhstan. One of such lines has appeared thanks to the collaborations between one of the world's brands and the boxer Gennady Golovkin. And this is not the only time when Kazakhstan inspired a designer for a collection. The key trend of recent times, which has been given by Kazakhstan to the whole watches market, is the turquoise color, the symbols of our country, which are actively used by manufacturers in Switzerland and Germany, which have released the 5 wonderful watches dedicated to Almaty, with the snow leopard. Here are the features of the market, which also have significance. Ulysse Nardin is the brand which is very popular in Kazakhstan, and the US and Russia. They have already released the 3rd model dedicated to Kazakhstan, the Caspian Sea. It is very successful. The marine theme was continued by a Swiss manufacturer, Oris. They have released the limited collection of a diver's watch dedicated to the Aral Sea. Besides the turquoise color, designers are inspired by the state symbols of our country. So, the handmade national emblem of the Republic of Kazakhstan is depicted at all diameter of the dial of watches by a Swiss brand. The golden symbol on the turquoise background in conjunction with the black circumference of the dial and steel bezel looks stylish and unusual. A lot of projects now are dedicated to the regions of Kazakhstan. Here we have a unique watch. This is David. Here are 24 cities of Kazakhstan, and they're switched one by one. The domestic product, Amir watches, does not lag behind the foreign producers. Watches with a deep history. This is how you can describe the collections of this brand. Adil Nirgozhin and Janibek Karsibayev have been also inspired by Kazakh traditions and culture. A special turquoise shade of the second hand is one of the distinguishing features of the Kazakhstan watches. The theme of history is red in ornaments which symbolize the stages of formation of Kazakh culture. First, a story is invented, which is coherent, which can be heard, thanks to which people have positive associations. Then, after this concept, the development of everything else begins, and people are hired to turn it into a product. The very name Amir conveys the spirit and character of the watches. The meaning of this short, sharp, and sonorous name is ruler. The Design of Seasons collection combines the main trends of this season. For example, winter and autumn models are made in the total black style. Here, the dial and the strap are made in black color. The brand offers spring-summer watches for those who like classics. The national ornament unites all 4 seasons. Unlike men, for whom usability and technical content are the main things in a watch, for women an outer beauty is no less important, as well as an accessories compliance with fashion trends. In 2017, designers offer simple watches of a round shape. The models with an internal mechanic device are also in fashion. The performance is more complex. We use here the technique of sapphire covering, which is scratch resistant. You can try to scratch it with a knife, it will not be scratched. Then here precious stones are used and Swarovski crystals. Today, everything is important for both men's and women's watches: quality, design, information content, and accuracy. After all, such a watch can be handed down from generation to generation. Traditionally, the best watches are considered to be made in Switzerland. But what if Kazakhstani customers had a local alternative to such watches? This is what Erik Taistymbekov offers. And he presented the designer line consisting of several models. The new brand's name is Tumar, which means talisman.
Часы это важный аксессуар вообще. Аксессуар
A watch is an important accessory for any man.
бизнесмены какие-то состоятельные люди.
That is, everybody prefers, businessmen, wealthy individuals, prefer the Swiss watches, the expensive ones. This tells us about their respect for time, about their status, about their welfare. This is also that we want to teach to turn their minds so that if you wear a watch by a Kazakhstani brand, for example, Tumar, it will also be considered cool.
Казахстанского бренда Mar, это тоже будет считаться очень круто.
Erik Testimbiekov has brought to the scene such singers as Aykin, Makbal Tsimbiekova, Sanda. Each of his projects was quite successful. Now the producer is developing a new market for himself, men's accessories. The Test Watches line is presented in 4 categories: standard, business, luxury, and premium. The standard model is a model for the young generation. Here is a luxury model. It is supposed to be for businessmen aged 25 and older. And for more respected ones, for the older generation, we have made the premium model. This is the only model with a strap of the brown color and more delicate and thinner leather used for the straps. The difference between luxury and standard models is that firstly, the dial and the case color. If it is conventional stock stainless steel here, then the luxury model has an IP coating in golden color. The watch's design is a minimalistic one. The main emphasis is put on a genuine leather strap. A dial is not inlaid with precious stones. There is no gold. Stainless steel case and mineral glass. Everything is simple and practical. There are kinds of watches in the line now. They are different by the color of the dial, the bezel color, the strap color, and this gives different combinations. The next batch will be consisting of 4 to 8 models, absolutely different or higher quality with a flatter dial. It is not surprising that the singers have become the first customers of a brand by the musical producer. Birkut, Aykin, Arman Konerbayev agreed to change their favorite watches to the brand made in Kazakhstan. Despite the design is classic and does not give the country of origin with national elements, the name on the dial speaks for itself. The main feature of the watches is that, not taking into account a Japanese mechanism on individual orders, all major components for these watches, for example, the straps, clasps, cases, purses, and even leather-covered boxes, everything is produced in Kazakhstan. Namely, the fact that the production is located mostly in Kazakhstan helped to provide affordable prices. If there is a demand on more status models, and accordingly not very cheap, the designer is ready to work on it. While Testimbiakov's plans are to extend the range of the brand and to start producing cufflinks, belts, purses, and bags. Few people know that the fashion legend Christian Dior in his youth dreamed of becoming an artist. To some extent, his dream has come true. He designed theatrical costumes, drew sketches for French fashion magazines. Design is an art full of possibilities. The example of Christian Dior proves that a designer is a real artist for whom fabric is his canvas. Kazakhstani designer Mira Kır started her career as an artist, and now she transfers the richness of colors, the complex geometry of ornaments, and the stories to cloth.
Я очень люблю яркую палитру, яркие краски, и когда все вокруг такое радужное, сочное.
I love the vivid palette, bright colors, and when everything is rosy, juicy, and I wanted to paint the world in all colors through clothes. And I started working on sketches, on pieces over prints. My first clothes line appeared.
Над принтами. И так появилась моя первая линейка.
Mira has been drawing from her early childhood, as soon as she found a pencil and paint. After graduating art school and art academy, the girl began to decorate exhibitions and museums with her paintings. The style of her works refers to abstraction and avant-garde with ethnic elements. Judging by the pictures, Mira is not afraid to experiment. Vivid and graphic paintings tell us about eternal values not only of the Kazakh people, but of the whole mankind. These are love, family, feminine beauty. The artist presents works that address the inner world, personal experience.
Тема моего творчества такой некий лейтмотив.
The theme of my works, such as leitmotif, has always been love. This is a man and a woman. Even judging by the titles, this is family happiness, man and woman and the offspring. It's the lyrics.
Мужчина, женщина и потомство. Это лирика.
The designer's goal is to paint female characters in bright colors in order that each outfit should create a mood. The collection consists mainly of simple cut clothes. These are juicy coats, cardigans, vests, and jackets in a varied color palette. Mira puts the main emphasis on prints inspired by paintings. The pictures show ethno symbols, ornaments, and displays of Kazakh life in modern interpretations.
Работая над созданием коллекции, создается полотно, или я беру какую-то из своих работ.
When working on a collection, I create a canvas, or I take some of my works, a painting. I process some piece that I particularly like, and thanks to the technologies that help me a lot to transfer my printing on fabric, a print is pre-processed, prepared, then I customize all the templates.
Принт предварительно он обрабатывается, готовится, а дальше я подгоняю все это под лекала.
Mira has her own understanding of the image of an urban contemporary girl who wants to be bright and elegant. Her life reminds her of a bright canvas. Fashionable styles and colors, stylish patterns help create a versatile and unique look. Each model, as well as pictures, is performed in a single copy.
Это вещь, которая не повторится. Вот этот жилет, вот этот
It is a
рисунок,
cloth that will not be repeated.
больше
This
нет
vest,
такого
this
рисунка.
pattern, that's all.
Вы захотите
There is no
купить,
other
не
pattern.
найдете.
You want to buy it, but you will not find it.
Каждый какой-то, не знаю, там,
Because every stroke done by the artist Mira Kur is no longer repeatable. It was at the painting, now it is in the cloth, and it is exclusive.
Теперь оно на одежде, и оно эксклюзивное.
This season, Mira offers wearing neoprene combined with knitwear and jeans. In addition to images of people and patterns, the artist uses symbols for the clothes. These can be natural elements or symbols, which everyone interprets in their own way. Comfort and natural chic are the main rules of the new season. Slight negligence and convenience in street and office fashion are characterized by one term: smart casual. In 2017, it is both official and informal at the same time. It allows you to look stylish, fresh, and appealing. Wearing it, it is appropriate to go visit friends or meet with colleagues outside of the work environment.
Smart casual – это одежда после...
Smart casual is clothes for going after work to some event, to a birthday party, opening, a party. It is very close to a discreet cocktail.
Это очень близко.
There are two lines we draw, a modest cocktail and a smart casual.
Есть две границы, которые мы проводим, да, скромный коктейль или smart casual.
Smart casual is a manifest for comfort and individuality proclaimed by Giorgio Armani. This Italian designer pushed the usual boundaries and turned a strict and everyday business attire into an exquisite, intelligent, and absolutely comfortable garment for all occasions. Clothes of this kind is almost universal. A properly selected smart casual set is suitable for most situations of a normal city life. Women have several ways to diversify an outfit: a custom color and unusual shoes. The same as the classic style, restrained and noble colors are used as basic ones.
Здесь мы выбрали более неформальный, да, белый, который не...
Here we have chosen the more informal white, which is very rarely worn at daytime.
Поэтому мы
This is why we took the white color, to give it some kind of a festive note, or let's say, evening or elegant. And used an accent, this blouse with a floral print to dilute the white mass.
Цветночным принтом, чтобы разбавить всю эту белую массу.
A pattern is an important element. It can be checkered or stripes of any color, geometric and watercolor patterns, and also any fashionable print, including major and exotic ones. Low-heel shoes complement the smart casual style. This style also supposes ballet flats, boots, sneakers, loafers, oxfords, or sleepers. Fabric in smart casual should be crease-resistant, moderately soft and flexible. These are mostly natural fabrics of medium density: silk, cashmere, tweed, and different types of wool.
Мы поиграли на фактуре, на шортах.
We
на
played on the
жилете,
texture,
то есть
the
две
shorts,
несочетаемые
the
вещи,
vest.
казалось бы.
They would not seem to be
Шорты
compatible.
из твида, да,
The tweed shorts have a
имеют
brilliant basis, which is sequins, and the top is discreet, an office vest. It is also an office style, but more interesting.
тоже офис, но с перчинкой, так скажем.
Women's accessories also play an important role. In addition to the basic attributes of smart casual style, A scarf, a shawl, a hat and glasses, ladies can afford large costume jewelry.
Последний тренд аксессуаров – это, конечно, крупная бижутерия на крупных цепях. Да,
The latest trend in accessories is large costume jewelry on large chains, on some major details which create the main focus in clothing.
Либо
Either clothing manufacturers include accessories in clothes, some kind of trim, chains, rhinestones. That is clothing that does not require accessories.
требует,
That is everything for a woman to navigate easily in her wardrobe.
чтобы было легко ориентироваться в своем гардеробе.
Casual style can be created using things from basic wardrobe. They can be combined with different elements and look always new.